cracking, what's cracking? I'm out here in the UK on the straight out of Compton tour, man. Much love. And you know you rocking with, man. It's little eazy-e and we about that online. So we finna get it cracking, man.
Eazy was a super cool dude. I never saw Eazy get mad. Okay. I was around Eazy, he was around my house a lot. I've never saw him get mad. But I did see something I always respected him for. A lot of times he come through here, he always had a little E with him. That was the one thing about him I always respected. He always took time out with his kid. I mean, little E was still wearing diapers. He had the bag on his shoulder. I ain't lying. He got the bag. Okay. So when when he blew up, he would still come by the house. He would still come by the pad from time to time and hang out. He didn't have to, but he did. And I met Eazy through Dre. Okay, Eazy came by a lot more after Dre never came back once he blew up. I never saw Dre at my house again. But Eazy came back after he blew up, and N.W.A was at their peak. He would come by the pad and kick it. And one day we was outside on the patio kicking it, and I said, "Hey man, how long you gonna sell this eazy-e thing?" He said, "Lonzo, I'm gonna sell it till as long as they keep buying." Because if you do Eazy, if you remember the movie, I ain't got it. And that's the part people, you just hating. No, man, he showed you himself how he got into the game. He was not trying to be a star. He's a very laid back dude. He was not trying to be a star, but once he got into it, he knew how to make it work. You know, he can separate Eazy from Eric Wright when everybody else couldn't. Okay, he was more Eric Wright. I knew Eric Wright. Okay, Eric Wright was a funny dude. We laugh, talk shit to each other all the time. Oh, you little short mother. Oh, you bald Jerry hair. You know, Jerry curl wearing something. You know, we always had jokes with each other. And him hooking him up with Jerry Heller was just something to do because he owed me some money. Okay, and I wanted to get paid. And I do give him my money. Oh man, hook me with Jerry. I'll break you off from extra. Okay, man, no problem. And I want my other money too. All right, cool. And that's how it happened. So when you really know the story, man, when you really know the story, and you see the evolution of the players in the game, it's a lot different from what people want to believe. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes people can mistake me for sounding like a hater. Nah, man, I just know the real story. That's all. Yeah, I know the real story. The one thing they did before they blew up was cut off all contact with me. Because I knew every individual person. The only person I couldn't speak on, and I never speak on nobody that I can't speak on, is Ren. Only person I can't speak on is Ren. Okay? Because I don't remember Ren that well. We never had a conversation for me to speak on him. I'm not gonna speak on nobody's situation that I'm not familiar with. But Yella, Dre, Eazy, Q, I can talk about them. I can speak on them. I know what kind of guys they are. Yeah. They've all evolved as men. They've evolved several times as men. You know, I tell Q may not be a gangbanger, but he's the most gangster of all of them. Yeah. When you got a man that left a group on his way up to being in his prime, left the group, started his own thing, successful.
Went solo.
Got picked up into a movie, started doing his own movie, successful. The man got three franchises, okay? Three movie franchises, Friday, Barbershop, and Are We There Yet? Not to mention all the other individual movies he did coming up.
They're in between, you right.
And then he says, hey, man, you know what? I want to get into the sports game. He didn't go try and buy a team. He created his own league. That's gangster as hell, man.
Yeah, big freak.
That's gangster as hell, man.
Yep.
That don't get no more gangster than that. You ain't ever seen that before, man.
And
I got to say this one thing. Me and a young lady had a debate one time. She says, oh, I love Ice Cube. He's such a gangster. I said, what's that he from? He ain't a gangbanger, but he's damn sure a gangster when it comes to business. I got you.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I'm with you on that. What we also had, slightly on that note, I was going to ask you about Jerry Heller. Just if you feel he gets a negative depiction by people, because people say, you know, he was a culture vulture and all this sort of stuff, but then others have said, nah, Jerry was cool, man. So I was gonna ask you, in your experience, do you feel he gets a negative depiction? And then just on the other notes of being gangsters, I was gonna say, you got any experience at Hammer? Because we heard he was quite gangster too.
Jerry Heller took advantage of the lack of knowledge that the fellas didn't have. Okay. In any sport, any game you playing, if I read the rule book and you don't read the rule book, it's not my job to tell you what the rules are.
No.
Okay? Now, if I know the rules and I play by the rules or bend the rules, I ain't say I'm breaking them, but I bend the rules, okay? And you don't have enough knowledge to correct me, that's on you, okay? We playing basketball, you dribbling with two hands, okay? Well, if you don't know that's double dribble, that ain't my problem, okay? That's not my problem. No. And that's the reality of the music business or business in general. That's the reality. Anytime you get into anything, you got to know what you're doing to play, okay? You wouldn't play baseball, football, basketball, any other game without understanding the rules, okay? And I think that's where Jerry Heller, I wouldn't call him a cultural vulture, no, because he was in the music business beforehand.
Yeah.
But
if anything, he helped.
Realized, huh?
Oh no, sorry, I was gonna say he probably helped in a sense because he was in the business beforehand.
Right.
So
yeah, he had a lot of connections. And he understood the game. And this is what happens to most people in the music game. Get in the music game, you just happy to be in the game because all this lifestyle is so new to you. You got money you never seen before, and you signing contracts, you signing agreements. Okay? And once you sign those agreements, time progresses, and that limelight that you was once standing in ain't as bright as it used to be. The checks ain't coming as fat, the checks ain't as fat as they was. So now you start questioning what happened to the money. Well, you start reading the contract that you signed 10 years ago for the first time.
Facts.
Oh shit, I gave away this, I gave away that, I gave away this. And this is why, if you ever had an interview with Jerry, he's never been sued because he asked you for certain situations in the contract, and by signing your name to it, you agree to that. Okay. So is that culture vulture? No. He just knew, like Q in the movie, Straight Outta Compton. They never gave Cube a contract to read. And when he did read it, he knew it wasn't right. But everybody else had already signed off. Okay? Whose fault is that? That Cube's fault? No, that ain't Cube's fault. Is that Jerry's fault? That was business. And that's the cold part that's the part that most artists don't understand is business. In any business, I'm finna hit you upside the head with some serious shit. As I say, I'm finna kick you in the nuts. In any business, it's their job to get you for as much as they possibly can.
No.
Whether it be buy a car, a bank loan, credit card, any business is gonna have the contract bent to their favor as much as possible. And if it means totally screwing over you, so be it. Okay?
Yeah, you're right. No,
and that's just business, okay? And that's the part most cats don't understand because you got a check sitting on top of this contract with your name on it, and your mind go out the window. So your mind is in the mall, okay? You see a contract with your name on it for $250,000. Your mind finna go shopping. What I gotta do to sign? Get this check. You just ate oatmeal and top ramen for lunch or for dinner last night. You finna get $250,000 a day. You ain't reading that contract, and most cats ain't gonna hire somebody to read them for them. And that's the part that people get screwed on. So was Jerry Heller a culture vulture? No. Did he take advantage of the cats that we didn't know? He just did basic business. Okay.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on about.online.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.